If I was champ 2. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, I couldn't see that. Didn't spot it when it happened. Alright, let's get into Fauxsoup's replay here. What? Okay, you're probably Soup. I was going to say, what one are you? But you're probably Soup, aren't you? Alright, so we're cheating on the kickoff. That's fine. Going for the small boost pads is also fine. Usually I would tend to, you know, suggest that you stay a bit further back on these plays, because I can see that while this is happening, notice we're always creeping forward, we're creeping forward, creeping forward. The ball hasn't really moved that entire time, but we're kind of itching to get in, and we're moving forward the whole time. This is just obviously one example of it, but that is a tendency that I've noticed in the past quite a lot from many of the players I've reviewed, and that is when nothing much is happening, they tend to creep forward. You know, if your position is good, just hold it. This was also maybe a bit risky. We didn't check to see exactly where our teammate was before committing to that ball. It could have been a double commit. And whoa, bit of a sharp rotation. I think it's better before you turn to at least be at the goal line, but preferably inside it. Obviously, you're thinking, well, what if he shoots that bottom corner? Well, I think you're probably saving a bottom corner shot more easily if you turn later anyway. So I would say turn a bit later there. And you're going to have an easier time both covering the shot and as well dribbling the ball should he miss by hitting the near post like he did. Again, we're a bit close here. We're pretty close to the play. See, we're boosted forward there, and I think our position actually just got worse by doing it. If we just hang back where we were, hang back at mid-boost, wait for him to hit the ball out, and then we can move in. See, if we were at mid-boost right now, we could move in. It's 2 attacks where we've done the exact same thing, which is, firstly, moving a bit too close, and then secondly, we're cutting in for the ball for a pretty timid touch. Boost management has been pretty reasonable. We've been picking up small boost pads whenever we can. It's a reasonable pass as well. Don't hate this by any stretch of the imagination. This is really acceptable to pass infield like this when you're able to hit the ball that much closer to your teammate than the goalie. Would have been risky if the goalie was closer to the ball. And yeah, this is, I would say, too risky to merit going for. I would probably respect a Champ 2 player to have a chance of hitting that ball, in which case you would have been taking yourself completely out of the game. So although this worked out, we actually did get a hit on the ball and he missed it. I would still say that's a misplay. It's too risky. As well, you know, jumping up for that shot, which your teammate ended up hitting again, probably too risky. And this touch has to go into the sidewall. If you want to center the ball to yourself, you want to hit that into the sidewall, not the corner wall. If you hit that into the corner wall, it's going to bounce over your head, like so. But if you hit it into the sidewall, it's going to bounce in field, and then you can actually make a play on it. So just, I don't know if that's what you're trying to do. It looked like it might have been. Yeah, have to play that off the sidewall with a very, very light touch. Doesn't need to have a lot added to it. Noticing that we're turning off ball cam quite often. So we're turning off ball cam for this kind of wall shot. Not sure I would recommend that. I don't know, again, if this is a tendency or if it's just something you're trying out in this game alone, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's a bit jarring. It's a bit, I would say, difficult to read when you turn off ball cam in that position. Not saying it's impossible, but I think it's more difficult if you do so. That's why you're going to see most pro players leave ball cam on in that position. And we made the same mistake here that we made earlier, so a lot of these mistakes that I'm pointing out are in fact recurring. So notice where we are when we turn. We're not on the goal line, we're not behind it, we're outside of the goal, and this makes it very awkward when the ball's over our head. In fact, that's just gone in. And this would have been so easy to save if we went into the goal. Like, see right here? Just drive it in the goal and turn around, and then you're going to save this. You're not only going to save that, you're maybe even going to be able to dribble that. Well, not right now, because that guy's diving in for a dunk. But hey, if he wasn't there, you could literally catch that ball and dribble. But yeah, we need to start trying to get into the goal when we're rotating. You can't be turning that early. Everybody in chat is saying this can't be whatever rank. You know, this happens every single time I review a replay. Remember that a lot of people who send me replays to review, they intentionally send me what you would call a bad game. A game where they don't think they played very well because they want to know, well, I don't think I played very well this game. How can I play better? You know, there's not as much value in sending me a replay where you score 5 goals, is there? Okay, similar sort of thing to earlier. We're trying to use this diagonal wall to center the ball. So let's talk just for a second about using the diagonal wall to center the ball. It can be effective. I think that the best time to center the ball off the diagonal wall is in 3v3 when you have a third man back. and another player in the midfield. You're the farthest man forward. You have somebody waiting for the ball in the middle and another guy back. You can blast it off the diagonal wall and it bounces off into, you know, kind of mid but away from the goal, away from the wall, so it's hard for the defender to reach. It's also a ball that's coming towards your teammate, so he's going to win the race to it. Now in 2v2 it's less effective because you don't have the luxury of slamming the ball off the backboard to your guy sitting deep, because there isn't anybody sitting deep. You're both here. So if you're going to center it like this, you better have somebody backing you up. It's rare, but it can happen. If you're like way further up than your teammate and he's behind you here, yeah, then you can center it like that because your teammate can move in. But here you're just putting it behind him. You'll see that he's just not ready for this. We've just put the ball behind him. And no matter what our teammate does there, he's going to struggle to react to this. He thought you were going to, like I said earlier, put it off the sidewall. That's why he's turned this way. He thinks, okay, this guy's going to either put it off the sidewall or maybe center it, so I'm going to turn to his right. And then he's like, wait a minute, that guy, he's just sent it behind me. Why did he do that? So he's confused by what we did there. Nice bumps. That's a good job. Another nice bump. Bit of chaos. Our teammates maybe getting involved when he shouldn't. It's a nice calm play behind the ball, staying on the opposite side of the ball. We could have maybe done a quick whip power slide to get around this one. Like, if you want to really get distance on a ball like this, you have to boost away from it, power slide, then boost back towards it. It's the only way you're going to, you know, get any real height on it. Be able to dribble someone. Okay, we just want to bring this down. Nice. This is totally fine. Okay, this would have been really good if we beat this guy to the ball and stuck it off the sidewall. Because the second man here should never commit for this. The other guy on the other team,
like there is
Brawny
some drama in the chat.
Pegasus.
Hope people are more friendly when it's time for my replay review. Cheers, Johnny.
Hey, Mr. Munchie. I've not been reading the chat too much. I mean, I've noticed a few people.
The teammate is a 1700 MMR player, and I was very nervous.
Yeah. Hey, Fauxsoup, you don't have to justify yourself here. You don't have to justify your rank. I didn't question it at all, and nobody should. In fact, this looks very Champ 2 to me. As someone who has played Champ 2 games before, this looks exactly like a Champ 2 game. But yeah, nerfs can really have a big impact. And Mr. Munchie, yeah, don't worry about it. If people in chat are saying, oh, this guy can't be whatever rank, happens every time. Happens literally every replay. But yeah, this second man on the other team makes a huge mistake here. He should not commit to that, because if we just beat this guy to the ball, basically hit it over the green dude, that's a goal for us. Our teammate will just walk in and score. Luckily for them though, caught a piece of it. It's super risky for our teammate to move in there. You were doing a good thing to bump the dribbler. Demo. Alright, I would have liked to see a demo there, because they were not looking at you. If you can ever sneak in behind your opponents, it's not a bad idea. That's a nice pass there. Good reaction by your teammate, and he's put it in as well. Nicely done. So very good awareness of where your teammate was. Good pass. Didn't try and pinch it or anything silly like that. This is fine. We know that we can get a good 50-50 here. The only drawback to, well, see, like this is the drawback to cheating, is if the ball goes just into their half, like obviously he's going to beat you to that ball, but your options are all kind of bad at this point. We've lost the kickoff because it's closer to him than it is to you. That's just a loss. So pretty much all options are bad here. If we turn around, he might just take a light first touch and dribble you. If we dive in, he might get a low 50-50 and get past you. If we get a bad 50-50, they might score. But, you know, like I said, they're all bad options, so I'm perfectly okay with you just taking a 50-50 here. Making yourself as big as possible, because it would have been really uncomfortable to try and defend a good dribble. You know, if your teammate calls that he's going to block the shot, then of course going in with a double commit would be bad, but it didn't look like that's what your teammate was doing. And in twos, sometimes your teammate just runs away from the ball. It's going to happen. Hey, there we go. 2-1. Is that going to be the winning goal? Nice placement, good speed. Lambo, cheers, mate. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I do remember the marble races. This must be OCE Champ 2. Well, it's funny you say that, because isn't OCE Champ 2 better than NA and EU, because they have less players, so it's in fact better. Okay, let's... Okay. Let's maybe rotate a bit less sharply into the near post. Oh my days. Almost kept it out. We had to pinch it off the post. It was a good try, but yeah, we're definitely getting caught out of position in that kind of on the goal scenario quite a lot.
Love this content. Thanks again, Johnny.
You're gonna have a much better time in defense when you start rotating like into the goal on those shots. That's a really good defense. Pass. Nice. Okay, we did pass it. We went for ourselves and it's worked somehow. Oh, this was so bad by us to double commit here. We should have just passed it. And you know, I said earlier while I was casting the 2v2, I loved one of the passes Atomic did to Justin because he boomed it. Now here you should absolutely annihilate the ball. You should hit this ball as hard as you can, straight at your teammate. Not straight at him, straight in front of him. But yeah, you're actually lining up pretty well here. Then you just totally scuffed it.
Videos. Keep it up, sir.
I would have wanted you to blast that ball at your teammate, because then all he has to do is like brush it and it's going to fly into the top corner. But definitely not worth going for the double commit after you fail the pass. I would just accept the loss. You know, just take the L, go back into your half like a good boy. We're doing it again. I'm just going to keep pausing this, and you guys are going to see it every time. Look, we're off the goal line. Every time that we rotate into goal, we're off the goal line.
From mouse.
It works fine here because the ball is also off the goal line, but it's an awkward position. Side flip. Oh, good try. It was good shot selection there, given the approach that we ended up with. You know, I would have preferred if you kept this ball rolling a bit further wide to the right. We cut into it a bit too much, so we've steered it more left than I would have liked. If we keep this going right some more, then the hook shot is on the table, which I think is more deadly than the side flip shot most of the time. But yeah, when you get the ball rolling in this kind of angle, side flip is a pretty good idea with the setup that we got. Yeah, bear in mind, the further wide you can get that ball going, the more wicked the hook shot's going to be. That's, of course, a shot where you drive away from the ball and then just drive into it again. You give yourself a run up and then blast it. Should you subscribe? Is that even a question? Of course. Okay, so we messed up this clear. I'm sure you've heard me talk about this a lot in the stream in the past. Talked about it in the cast I just did. Don't clear the ball down the middle. Not a good idea. Clear it to the side. This is why clearing the ball down the middle is not a good idea. But your teammate saves it anyway. Okay, we also make another mistake here. So this will happen quite a lot in 2v2. Your teammate will make a save and then he'll either land in the corner or on the side or on the back wall, I should say. Or he'll go in for the boost. In pretty much all those situations, you don't want to go into the corner with him. What you should do is cover the goal, because although the ball looks pretty close to you right now and you think, yeah, I could get that, I'm going to start a dribble here, it's running away from you. So actually by the time that you get to it, a teammate's, or an opponent rather, is going to beat you to it. So not worth chasing it out. Just wait in your goal, cover the goal. That was a nice interception. We got lucky that they messed up, or else we could have been in big trouble. And they're messing up again. Okay, hard to react to that one. He literally just missed the ball. Good thing your teammate didn't dive in. We probably turned the wrong way here. I think clear to this side was likely. More no ball cam off the wall. Not sold on that idea, to be honest, but we actually did hit it that time. Right, let's see if we get a big winner in regulation time. The other team are doing very, very silly things, given the time that's left in the clock, and it goes to overtime. So yeah, overtime, I usually just skip to the end, but hey, this is the end. Alright, let's see what happens. Cheat. We won the cheat, and oh my goodness, what is this goalkeeper doing? What is he doing? This touch is actually way too heavy. The goalkeeper should have turned on you and tackled you. You know, given that this has happened, I think actually getting more to the right of the ball and cutting it harsher to the left would have been the play. Because this guy, if he just reacted, he could have flipped into this, but he didn't react, so nothing happened. And then this guy, he just did a whole lot of nothing. What is this? Yeah, you got the boost. Well done. You've turned the wrong way. Okay, now we're faking a challenge that does absolutely nothing. And instead of boosting away from the ball to cover the goal, we just slow down and get under it. Like you got two options here as a defender. You either go for the ball like a man, you man up and go for the ball, or you fake a challenge, also like a man, and then you boost as fast as you can. You need to get moving away from this ball because it's about to be shot on target and you want to be ahead of it. Like if you're shadowing, you got to be somewhere like, I would say 50-50 between the ball and your goal. Like if the ball is here where it is right now, you want to be about halfway to your goal. compared to where the ball is. So like basically past that little boost pad there. That's where we should be. And when the ball's here, we should be here. You know, you got to be ahead of it if you're shadowing. You need time to react, and then at some point you got to like put a challenge in, of course. But yeah, this guy he didn't do anything. And you'll notice that most of the best shadow defenders in the world, they make saves on the goal line. They make the save at the very last moment. When the ball's on the goal line, that's when they save it. That's when they either pop it into their crossbar or glance it wide of the post, or, you know, just pop it anywhere outside the goal. You'll notice that they're always saving it right on the line. So that's a clue for you. If you're going to shadow defend, try to line up make your car go fast enough that you're going to get to the line before the ball is. That's where you want to be, making most of your saves. Not here. You shouldn't be intercepting it, or you're trying to make a save right about here. I'm not saying you can't ever stop in a shadow defensive play and backflip into the ball. But yeah, if you're going to do that, you probably want to do it on a player who's dribbling, not a player who's shooting. Yeah, I thought I'd just talk about the defender there because he totally messed that play up. Like, he did everything wrong. But that's a good replay from Fauxsoup. Thanks for sending it my way. Hopefully there is something useful to you in that. I think there was definitely a lot of repeated bad habits that you can work on. And everybody who's saying it's not Champ 2, you clearly have never watched a Champ 2 replay because it looked pretty Champ 2 to me. Guyomi, cheers to the 2-month Prime. We've also got Vertitrax with the brand new Prime, welcome. B Marts with the 3-month Prime, welcome back. And Salazar 999 with the 18-month Prime, welcome back to you, dude. The Beach RL with the 9-month Prime, welcome back. And also Lampface with the 300 bits and the kind words, much appreciated. We're going to do one more replay review before I head off for tonight.